Hello, Swims County High School. Thank you for joining us in the 7th episode of the Coach Show. I'm Ian Blanthard. Joining us today is head coach of the Swims County football team, Coach Mark Sperry. How you doing today?
Doing great, Ian. Glad to be with you.
Skittles. Today's episode is going to be about last Friday's win at Henry County, 31-21 for Week 7 of the season. Coach, last week's game was an absolute battle. How well would you say your team fought to secure the win?
Oh, it was a really, really good win. Going to Henry County is a tough place to play. They have a really good team, starting 9 seniors. I think they were 4-1 when we were going into the game, I believe. Tough environment, very well coached team that played hard, had some size, had some skill, really talented quarterback, a talented running back. So it was a great win. It was a great win. Our kids, we started out fast, got a lead, had some adversity in the middle, but we found a way to close the game out at the end, and we were excited to get that big district win.
Coach, along with the talented team of Henry County, you had to face. You guys had to battle through injuries and have players step up. How well would you say your team responded through that adversity?
Well, for the entire year, we've been dealing with injuries, some pretty significant injuries, and just seems like every week somebody steps in. We had Danny's been dealing with an injury for a couple of weeks with an ankle, and Amari has stepped in. That was huge. So Amari went from actually not starting to now due to injuries, he's starting both ways. So that was huge. And Jake went over and played some corner for us due to some injuries. So, it's just kind of one of those things. You come in, you develop players, hope let them grow into your program, and hopefully when their number's called, that they can step in and have some success. And we are really proud of our kids. And, you being a senior, we're proud of the leadership that our seniors provide, and that allows, sets a good tone for your program.
How did you prepare for Henry County, and what strengths did you know they had coming in?
Well, they had a really good running back. I think his name's Ray Matthews. I mean, he'd had a couple of games where he went over 200 yards. So we play them enough. We were pretty in tune with what they do offensively, but they had a quarterback that could run it plus a running back in the backfield. And they had a really nice offensive line, but we felt like we kind of had an idea of exactly how they were going to attack us. So we just had to, get our defense drilled up on where they were going to attack us and play good technique and play hard, which we did. And offensively, we just knew that they were going to bring a lot of pressure. They were a 4-down team. They had 7 or 8 people in the box. They were bringing a lot of pressure, and we just we knew trying to run inside was probably going to be a little bit difficult during the week, but we thought we could get on the edge. And we actually thought we could have a little bit of success throwing the ball, but the only issue we had, they had the box loaded up so much with defenders, it was hard to pass the ball just for the simple fact that we couldn't block all the guys they were sending, and we couldn't run it in the middle, but the outside was open. So it's just, you just take what the defense gives you, and you go into every game, and we thought they were going to play us a certain way. They didn't play us the way we were anticipating, but our offense is diverse enough that we can figure out something to have success moving the ball, and that's what we did have a couple of plays that we put in last week out of some different formations that benefited us in that game also.
How important was it that your defense stabilized their dominant run gap?
It's huge. I mean, we started the game, we go out, they go 3 and out, they get a good kickoff return. Right out the midfield, send our defense out, you all go 3 and out, punt it to us, get a nice return, back out to the 35 or 40s, then we drive down, score, and we're up 7-0. Then they answered, and it was back and forth a little bit, but I think what was really huge for the defense was, I think their first drive of the second half, we stopped them, and then our offense kind of went out and messed that up with a fumble and, just bad play calling and everything like that. So then we had a bad punt. But the key thing was the score was 24-21, and they had the ball a couple of times with an opportunity to take the lead, and our defense stepped up and didn't let them, forced a punt, forced a turnover off downs, and gave us the ball back, and then that's when we scored and went up 31-21. So, yeah, it's just, everything has to – our defense answered the bell, and they have all year. I mean, our defense has played lights out all year, and, it starts with our defensive line. We got a lot of experience up there, and we got some youth at the linebacker that they're kind of new playing there, but when you play behind an experienced defensive line, that really helps.
Now moving on to this week against Shelby County. What are your thoughts on this week's matchup against them?
Well, it's a rival. They're in our district in all the other sports. Now they're in our district in football. So it's a program that we've had a natural rivalry with. It's a district game. It's a big game. We want to do our part to try to put ourselves in position to host in the first round of the playoffs. And this is another step in us reaching that goal. We just have to take care of business. They have had some struggles, but we know they have some talented players there. And, we have to take care of business and, just continue to do what we do. And just the key thing for us, I think, as a team is this will probably be our third game that we've had basically a lot of continuity with our team. We've had our defense intact. We've had our offense intact. So now you can start to see us building some continuity with our offense, continuity with our defense. And the linebackers were young. Now they're starting to get game experience. We've had some youth in the secondary. They're starting to get some game experience. So, you can just see what happens when a team continues to play together and they start building that teamwork continuity. And I think that's why you can see some improvements every week, because that last week was a big win. That was a big win for us, and I expect us to take another step this week going into fall break.
And for our final question, with only 3 regular season games remaining in the season, what's the expectation for the team and the message for them to not let up?
Well, the first thing is we want to host a first-round playoff game. We think probably, losing to Franklin County, that first game probably put us out of the district championship position, but they would have to lose twice, which isn't going to happen. But so we think the best position for us to be in is to finish second in our district, and that gives us a nice path to make a nice run into the playoffs. And you just never know what happens. But we're in the playoffs. The seeding is to be determined. But I think for everything that we went through as a program, with some significant losses, with injuries, that are out for the year, and Brady, and Tanner, for us to be sitting here 5-2, and the 2 teams that we lost to are combined 11-1, it says a lot for the character of our program, the character of our kids, that they've continued to fight. And, and I know that our kids go out and battle every week to take care of business this week, go on a fall break, come back and finish that last district game up against North Oldham, see where we stand. But we'd love to finish second, and that way we can get a home playoff game for the postseason.
All right, that'll write thumbs up. Thank you so much for joining us on the Digital Den. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss an episode of Coach's Show.